rounds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spelunkers, a game exploration podcast. Today, I once again am joined by Tyler.
Hello.
Chris.
Hi.
And Ryan.
Tyler liked the meme, everybody. Just wanted to let you know Tyler liked the meme.
What meme?
The Bloodborne meme from last episode. The breakfast cereal video.
And I'm Tom, and we are talking about The Surge 2, which is a crazy sci-fi Souls-like limb chopper offer game.
Mm-hmm.
That the combat's a blast.
Yeah, developed by Deck 13, who made The Last Surge, obviously, and then Lords of the Fallen is the other one.
Which is another Souls-like game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like one of the first
played,
Souls-likes that was very much just a hardcore Souls clone in almost every way.
I played a little bit of that one. It's okay.
Yeah, that one was. I played just a very, very minuscule amount, I believe, of that.
A lot more slower paced and tanky kind of a feel for sure. The combat.
For sure.
Any early thoughts that you have on this game before we hop into the arm pulling, leg ripping off, face melting?
It's surprising. I'm surprised how much fun I'm having with it, because I played a bit of the Surge 2, or the Surge 1 rather, and it was also like fine, and I felt similar at the beginning of this one, and maybe I just need to play deeper into the first Surge, because it's probably about 8 to 10 hours in before I was really like clicking with this game and having a lot of fun with it. But I'm having a blast now, and I'm excited to get back to it. I'm glad I didn't have a huge wait, because I waited until just before recording basically to do my chunk, but I know you guys have been waiting like over a week. I'm excited to get back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I finished our chunk basically right after recording, so I've been sitting on it for like 2 weeks now almost. And that was a really stupid decision, because I just kept wanting to play. And Tom told me I should just go ahead and play the rest of it. But I feel like that would have been disingenuous to what we're doing. I just didn't want to forget stuff from the first half either.
We want to make predictions about the story because it's very important.
I think the story is actually pretty cool.
Sorry.
Like just little tidbits that you get. It is interesting, but like Chris said, I mean, it's a fucking blast. It's so much fun to play. I'm having a great time with it. Like, it was so addicting that first weekend that I sat down to play it. I could not stop playing it.
I'm not quite that hot on it, but it's fun.
Ryan hates it. Is this an indie game?
Are you playing this on iPhone too?
I don't hate it. I'm enjoying my time. I feel like I'm kind of having the opposite of experience of Chris, though, where like I was having more fun early on, and the further and further I get in, the more I feel like the game's nitpicking me a little bit.
How so?
Combat. I like the feel and flow of combat, but every time I come up against a new enemy, it's like, okay, what armor pieces don't I have? What weapons don't I have? And I don't necessarily like thinking about that in combat so much. I'd much rather just do the combat and then think about my build and whatnot.
Well, you don't have to think about it.
So if I can give you my little piece of advice that I ran into when I was playing the game, is I did the same thing where I was worried about armor sets and all that shit, and then I finally realized I don't care that much. And I'm just going to run with whatever I want. And whenever I went back to a med bay and I went to see what pieces I had, I was like, oh, okay, I have this and that and this and that. So if I really wanted to, I would go back and do the grind for it later. So there was one armor set in particular that I was like, oh, I have a couple pieces for this. Like, fuck, I guess I can go back and find these enemies that are pretty close and just go grind that shit. And that's how I ended up doing it, where I wasn't so much like worried amidst the battle. It was those like little bits of respite that I had. I went back.
Oh boy!
To see it was worth it or not. You know.
Yeah, I feel that, but I guess that's just not the way I play. Like I'll pour 40 hours into hunting the same monster in Monster Hunter over and over to get this one piece because it's the exact fucking piece I need. So like the way I'm approaching the combat is, what don't I fucking have? What do I need for this next piece of the build or whatever?
Yeah.
And it's making combat feel a little bit nitpicky. But I do like the overall flow of the combat. I like the directional blocking. I'm enjoying my time, but I feel like I liked it more at the start than I am. What are we? 12 hours in? 15 hours in?
Depending, yeah. Yeah, I was let's see, what it was after the Johnny fight. I finally got into blocking. Otherwise, I was dodging all the time, and I know I said it on Discord, but I feel it's like very rhythmic, especially for the bosses. The later ones, like there's a rhythm that you can just hit, and if you go with the rhythm, it's way easier than trying to go off the visual cues. So I was tempting myself to not play with that, the piece that the modification you can put on that tells you the direction that you need to block, but I feel that could go very bad very quickly.
Yeah,
so
I don't
I
have that. I don't have that piece.
Oh, really?
You get it right in the beginning, yeah.
I know. I don't use it.
Oh.
So you don't have it, or you don't use it?
No, I don't use it. But I mean, I don't
I
have
super
it.
glued that thing in my brain.
I don't have it equipped.
Well, I mean, it's good that there's different.
Yeah, I don't generally have it equipped because I'm usually dodging. But for that last boss, the Delver, did you do that guy without it? Because I don't know how you do that guy without blocking. I just could not dodge him.
I pretty much have my guys set up to be like ridiculous amounts of stamina, so I'm just dodging all over the place, and I never really have to worry about my stamina depleting. So
okay. Well, since we're talking about this now, it's not really a big spoiler. What do you know what your armor set and weapon is called?
Yeah, I'm using the Gaia set right now. It's pretty much maxed out.
I hate the way that looks.
Yeah, me too. But I'm using that pretty much maxed out to Mark 6. I think I can go to Mark 7 with something, but it's all at Mark 6 right now. And then I'm using the Gaia blade as well.
Oh, the Lancer or whatever. I think it's.
Yeah, maybe it is the Gaia Lance. Yeah, maybe that is what it's called.
Yeah, it's the spear. It's the Gaia Lance.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Okay.
And it's at Mark 7, I think. So, I fought those fucking statues a lot. A whole lot.
Those statues were fairly easy, except the ones that were together. The two that were together, I hated that part. But
yeah, the ones that
one-on-one,
the ones that could move would whoop my ass, but the ones that were grounded and stuck in the purple shit, I didn't really have a problem with.
Mine was actually the opposite.
Oh, really?
The laser ones fucked me up.
Oh yeah, I had no issue with those. It was the ones that could move.
I definitely haven't done much grinding at all. I'm my armor. I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of the earliest ones you get. It's the one that just gives you extra scrap for the partial bonus. I think it is.
Is it
the partial bonus.
Vulture?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I only have it at Mark II. I haven't needed it higher than that. And then I have the Dragoon Spear. What is the Gaia Lance you guys are talking about? The Dragoon Spear is really good.
It's the one you get from the Gaia statues.
Oh, okay. I didn't fight any of those. I tried to fight one, and I was like, fuck this sucks. I'm out of here.
You gotta fight him for Highball side quest.
Yep. That was my original intention, and then I was like, I'm gonna keep this armor because I like it. I never gave it to him.
But yeah, the Dragoon Lance that you get it from like a chest after one of those scenes where you see the little girl, is really good because it stacks on the nano status effect, and then once you fill that bar, they just take a huge chunk of damage, and you can cut them basically as soon as you fill that.
Yep. Yeah, I used that for a while. I'm using it's like a big electro axe. I can't remember the name exactly, but yeah, it's slow but fucking wails on people. I think I got the hunter armor on if I remember correctly.
The one that you get from the Gideon's Rock area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I thought about putting that armor set on just because it looks so badass. But...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a giant freaking tank. I got the Rhino armor and the big old codename Moonlight, the giant freaking mace, but it's got like spinny blades on the end. I like destroy. It's like 3 hits I can kill guys.
See, I was playing earlier. I think at Fort Nixon. Going to the Little Johnny fight, and I can't remember the enemy, but he had this crazy ass like the guy that had the blade. It's like a circle.
Yep.
And it has like a long staff on the end, and it actually, if you get that, it becomes like 2 weapons if you use like your what is that, the right bumper?
Yeah. It's called double duty.
That. Yeah, it was really cool because like your heavy was like using the whole thing, like the momentum of it, and then you had like the quicker attack was like breaking it apart, and then it did like paralyzing damage or whatever, so you could stun enemies. It like slowly built that up over time. That was fun for a while. I used that for quite
it's
some
like switch weapons in Bloodborne, your favorite game.
Yeah. Isn't it stupid that I enjoy so many games that are not Bloodborne?
Maddening. That's what it is.
All right.
That are like Bloodborne?
I mean, you played it, you beat it.
I did, and that's it. That's all she wrote.
Hey, at least you made it through that far, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, the game starts off with who we now know as Athena, right? The little girl. She says, "What if madness, or machines madness? What if madness? Like, this is a problem when you have handwritten notes. This is going to be real iffy. What if machines were pure, a basic universal concept without morals or destiny? Yet because they are created by humans, inheriting all their countless imperfections, how could machines ever be better than us? Will they not be, by design, follow the path of their creators, and in the end, fail?" And so we see it's like a rocket launching,
Yep.
and then exploding in the upper stratosphere, atmosphere. Nanites shooting out, and then it flashes to the plane that we're on, which looks awful, and some guy like basically vaporizes as we're crashing. When somebody was standing and just goes bye-bye. And then we wake up in the prison, in a bed, where everybody can see your ass because our gown isn't tied. And we got these fun little defibrillator hands that you pick up.
Yeah, which I love, like just two-handed rapid flurry weapons. The Blades of Mercy in Bloodborne is like my favorite weapon. So I thought for sure I was going to stick to those, but spears, like I don't think I've ever used a spear in a Souls-like game, but turns out they're amazing. You can keep a lot of distance and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, the spears
feel
in this
really
game are a lot of fun, especially with the twirling above your head move. And then you can do like the windmill, like Killick and Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah. Oh. Good pull. That's my favorite fucking character in Soul Calibur.
Emmy's is Voldo because he's creepy.
He is creepy. He's got gross hands. I don't like him.
So yeah, this whole little intro prison area is just like to get you acclimated, which is a lot better than any other Soulsborne or like Soul style. Like there is a tutorial, kind of, not just reading stuff on the ground. Granted, this isn't a From game, but I mean, in my opinion, at least there's some sort of a tutorial that tells you.
Yeah, they definitely give you enough information to get by.
Yeah, I think From Software games usually do a good job of that, but like the Surge one specifically did a terrible job. It was just like a menu really quick to kind of show you everything, and it's like, well, have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only difference I really feel between the tutorial here and the tutorial in a Souls game is having to like read it versus they just put it up as you walk by, like, hey, this does this. So it's like one small step more user friendly.
But one giant leap for gamer kind.
Continuing. Workshop that one.
I think that went over great. That was good.
You basically run around and you got like 3 prison guard drones or so you gotta knock out. You run around the cell. There's various things. You need a few people you can beat the living poop out of, throwing rocks at you. You end up going up into like the guards tower because there's a lot of stuff that's blocked, or at least 3 things that I think are blocked off. One, there's like a door you can try and open, but you can't because you're not strong enough. There's another one that is just locked by a key code, which is where Benjamin Burke is, who thanks you for saving him and says he never leaves debt unpaid. Yet I have not found him again yet. I assume that's second act-ish.
It must
whatever.
be. I have not found him yet either. Is he?
Who is Benjamin Burke? I don't remember him.
Yeah, I don't know if you.
He's the guy in the cell. The only guy you can save.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you
Unless
save
you
him?
left him there to die.
Wow.
No, I got him. Yep, I got him.
Okay, sure. We'll find out. No. Do you remember Benjamin Burke from the Surge one? I assume he's from there because he mentions like events from the first game, kind of.
I played like halfway through that game and I don't remember any of it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat it, but I beat it a while ago, so I.
Yeah, and I don't think the story was super important there.
Yeah,
So.
super memorable, obviously.
The combat is the main focus. I think combat and the awesome slow-mo destroying of the bodies. So you get up into the locker room, and there is a inmate that has a guard's rig on. So after you kill him, you gain access to the room that has the med bay, which Tyler and Chris, you should be able to agree with me on this, that in the first one, when you get your rig, it's a lot cooler than a loading screen of a like X-ray skeleton. Because like in the first one, it shows your guy screaming in pain as they're like drilling bolts into his arm.
It's very fucking cool. I do remember that part.
Yeah, I wasn't into that.
yeah.
I'm not a masochistic bastard, so
It's one of those things that's like visually just stunning. I think just when you see something like that happen, you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, so just to start off quick, because Ryan, you didn't play, you actually are in a wheelchair in the beginning of the Surge. So you roll in a wheelchair, and then you choose which kind you want to do, or which suit. I think there's 2 or 3. And after you do that, you just kind of roll into the into your little bed, and as you lay down, you're like, okay, they're gonna give me anesthetics now. No anesthetics. They just start drilling into your body, putting plates on, welding shit to you. And in this one, yeah, it's just X-ray and like little things happening. But then you get your exoskeleton rig suit.
there's a little message like I think it's right next to the med bay as well that basically says we've made advances in the tech so that you don't have to have surgery anymore. They kind of explain that away, why they don't need that gross scene. You disgusting people.
I want the gross scene.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good visual. Because, you know, this guy wanted nothing but to be able to walk again. And this is the price that you pay. Bolts and metal. But yeah. So then you get out, and now you got, like, full reign of this little prison area. So now you would go back and, like, open the door so you can do the Benjamin Burke stuff. And then you can rip open the one door because you're strong enough, because you have your rig. So you progress through. I know I've read some things that people were like, oh, I had to upgrade my armor, and I did. Like, I pretty much just went through this area maybe a couple times because I got turned around. Again, you know, one of the fantastic things about Souls-like games is the map and telling you where you're supposed to be going.
This one seems a little more, like the signposting seems a little more straightforward to me.
Yeah, there's only one area that I really got turned around, and that was in Fort Nixon. So.
Yeah, I think the areas are. I think the areas are pretty well designed for a Souls-style game. A lot of like Souls clones, not from Software Souls likes. They are really bad about just making their maps really confusing, like overly open, and then not giving you a map. It's like, here's a small open world, and you don't get a map. Whereas From Software, and I think this game do a good job of making it, it's like a lot of linear paths that run into each other and loop into each other. You just need to explore every path and find out where they go, which this one is a little hard because you don't have those hook things, the lifter hook and the force hook, and a lot of those are just shortcuts in the area. So I have like a huge list of here's where a lifter hook is, here's where a force hook is, and I don't know if they're just shortcuts in that area that are going to be worthless to go back to, or if they're actually leading somewhere new.
Right.
That's maybe my one annoyance with exploring in this game.
A lot of verticality with your mag lifts. But yeah, there's a lot of shortcuts too. There's also the 3 ways you can upgrade. So similar to the Souls games, basically you go to the med bay instead of a bonfire. You can upgrade your health, your stamina, and your energy, which I like the way that they do the healing in this, just because you're never really out, because you can always fight to get your energy back up to heal. And then you can have the those augmentations that will save at least 1 battery or 2,
which is what I have.
So you can always heal. And I haven't really had much of a problem stacking energy so far. But, I mean, it all depends on how you play.
That's the main reason I have the Gaia armor equipped, because when you have the full thing, you get, like, energy absorption is, like, through the fucking roof.
Okay.
So, like, you hit, like, 4 or 5 times, and you have a bar of health already.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I just can't get past the way it looks, so I can't put it on.
Oh, it looks like horse shit.
Although my guy's like a big yellow dump truck, so
I don't think I haven't found any armor set though really that I've like put on. I'm like, this looks cool.
Yeah.
It's
well, there's a couple.
It's all kind of wonky. You know?
The Spark Defender gear has some cool stuff. It's another like heavier one, like I'm wearing, I think it's a big red piece, but it's got like the cape or like draping on the side.
Yeah,
of the
I
chest
actually think I
and
do
arm.
have that one. I might
It's like a
have that
big
one.
red thing, but I thought that one was pretty good aesthetically. I mean, I like that my guy's a giant dump truck. And he's bright yellow. He reminds me of Aliens, the lifter suit that Ripley uses. Anyway, yeah, you can run around. I think in the locker outside you can get a sword. What
Yeah.
is
Or it's
basically
what,
a sword? It's like a
it's a pipe
baton
or
with
something,
like,
right?
well, it's a baton with like electricity running around the tip
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
the edge.
There's also a
But I
guy right in
chose-
front of that locker that you can cut a spear from, which they give you a lot of weapon choice right off the bat.
Yeah, and then you go up a little farther, and there on the steps is the guy with basically looks like a fucking like steel support, which is. I'm trying to think if that's what I use. I think I was using the spear at this point. But you just go through a bunch of little areas here, running around. You see the monster, which is like a weird panther-looking thing, which we know now is the Delver, like rustling around in a couple of the windows. And you end up making your way where you have to open a door and then run down the hallway, which I don't really understand why they did this. It must just be the fact to show you how to sprint.
Yeah,
Because
it's
the
sprinting
door does
tutorial.
start closing, but it's like you could make it anyway.
I mean, is that where they tell you how to jump as well?
I don't know if they tell you how to jump. That was
No,
just something I figured out.
Yeah,
No, I think that's later on, like underneath, near the like shortcut near the water, the river, just after the prison. I think there's a
Okay.
little prompt that teaches you, like, hey, jump. This is the jump
Yeah,
button.
because
Oh.
I jump so fucking much in this game,
Yeah.
Actually, didn't.
so much.
Oh, really? Jumping is definitely something that I think only Sekiro is the only game From Software's made that has like a committed jump button. Everything else has like a jump, but you have to run, and then you do this little pitiful, stupid jump that sucks.
This tiny hop.
Yeah, it definitely brings something interesting to the exploration. Like there are several points where it's like, okay, I need to make this jump, and at first I didn't know that if you drop into water, most of the time it'll just kind of like spit you back out. So I was very afraid to fall into any kind of water because I thought it would be death, like it is in most of these games. So yeah, I don't know. I like the jumping a lot. I like jumping repeatedly, like 100 times in a row, because it looks very stupid. It looks like he's skipping around like a happy little boy.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like they animated it like a long jumper, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
it does look
he's
like
like just throwing himself out, but like it launches himself. Like it's crazy.
Oh, because
I
he's got the
love it.
rig on.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I use it all the time.
Yeah, and then also I like the way the guy or girl, we should mention, you get to pick your gender at the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
I like the way he runs. Because it's the same as the Surge one. He looks like he just pooped his pants.
Yeah. Especially when you get the bulkier armor too, it looks really funny. But yeah, so after this little sprint, you get your first. I don't really want to call it a boss because
It's a boss, dude. It kicked my ass.
I didn't think he was that bad, but I used the pillar to basically. He has a drone. He has combo attacks, and then he has incendiary grenades.
Mhm.
So basically, all I would do at this point, I was not doing any blocking as of yet. So all I would do is go around the pillar so that his drone couldn't shoot me, and then just keep hacking at him. Now on PC, I did get his arm weapon, which is really flipping cool because the blade is retracted. I don't know if any has got this. Okay,
I'm not
so
sure.
the arm weapon, there is no blade until you swing, and then it whips out like a switchblade, and then it retracts.
Cool.
But I got it on PC, but then since I had so many problems on PC, I switched to Xbox, and I was unable to get it on the Xbox version.
Yeah, and this is the Warden boss. There is technically another boss before this, before you even get your rig. He gets a boss health bar and all that crap, but he's a fucking joke. Like, I don't even know why he's like, considered a boss. It's very dumb. But yeah,
That's
the Warden,
one
I
right
probably
before the
died.
med bay, right?
Yeah, right before the mid.
Yeah, the first guy that has the rig. But yeah, he's super easy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
died to
guy's
this
Warden Garcia.
Warden
Warden
Garcia.
Garcia.
I died to Warden Garcia probably like 3 or 4 times. He was
That's
somewhat
about
difficult
right.
for me, but not like a huge roadblock. He's not like a Gascoigne, you know.
Yeah, no,
Well,
no.
3 or 4 doesn't seem like a difficult. I think if you were having difficulties, it'd be like 10 deaths.
Well, I think
No,
3 or
definitely.
4, or I mean less than 3 or 4 was pretty typical of this game. But there were a couple near the very end that really fucked me up.
Yeah, I made a lot of stupid mistakes, and that would make my death quicken.
Yeah,
To
I got
other
Garcia on the second attempt. fight was pretty easy.
I like this part though, like when you start the fight, because the music ramps up and it's like this kind of like rock, heavy metal kind of an undertone to it, and there's like a little bit of like electro vibe in there, like almost like synth or something. And I think the music in this game is really fucking good, where it's got like a weird soundtrack to it.
Well, did you know that's how we pick our games now? Dependent on soundtracks? Because I'm pretty sure we've said this about every game we've done, that the music is usually really good.
Hey, you know what game's got
I
a really
can-
great soundtrack that I'm playing right now? East 8. I'm just saying.
East has fantastic
It does.
anything, like guitar in general. They always blast it out, and I love it. That's why I love East.
I've kind of been using this as a podcast game. I've not been listening to the music that much.
Oh man,
I can't.
I'm
I
telling
can't,
you, this must be an indie game.
I can't play Souls-like
Poo-poo
games
and
to
Surge.
podcasts. I have to focus too much on them.
yeah, I also can't do that.
It's
I mean,
not-
if I'm grinding around, probably I'll put on like some Death Clock or something.
Yeah, this is I wind up pausing the podcast quite frequently, whatever I'm watching or listening to. But yeah, I actually have a lot of the audio turned down, and I'm listening to something else while I'm playing this a lot of the time.
I love the sound design in this game. Just like the way the metal clashes together when you're fighting something, or I mean, it kind of sounds clunky and like weird at times, especially when you're fighting like a metal enemy. But it's a cool vibe.
I'll leave the
love
sound effects up for combat
Well, you
sounds.
said the sound. You said
That's
the
fair.
entire
That's
sound.
true. The music specifically, I'll turn down for the podcast version, so I can listen to that. And then if there's story relevant, audio logs or whatever, I wind up pausing so I can listen to that.
Sure. All right. So after you kill Warden Garcia, you get his drone. So now you have a drone, and this is your first. We described it later as he's seeing ghosts, but it's Athena, and it's like a weird nanite cluster.
Yep.
And I'll do like a brief little like. I don't think she really says much in this first one. It's more like a flashback of on the plane.
Yeah.
A lot of what she said there. But then a chest appears, and in this one, all you get is a girl's toy. Is all it says. Where all the other ones, I'm pretty sure for the rest of the game that we played that I found, they're all weapons.
Yep.
Nanite weapons. So after this part, you get your first drone tutorial. There's like two guys whipping rocks at you, and you can't get them. You just tap Y. Did you guys find yourself using the drone a lot? I find myself that I wished I had used the drone a lot, but I seem to always be out of ammo.
Oh.
I don't use the drone, but I use something that you get later on a lot, like a fuck ton.
You can just say
The
it.
starfish?
Is that what you get for beating little Johnny?
Yeah, the EMP starfish.
Yeah. I use that non-fucking stop. It's so good.
I use the drone a fair amount. Like sometimes I'll be in like a really rough spot, and it's like I need to push past these last couple enemies, and I haven't used bullets, so I'm just gonna shoot the shit out of them because the drone is surprisingly strong in this game. The first game it fucking sucks. It's awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that drone is. Oh, go ahead.
but you can like really knock people out, and then I got a sniper rifle attachment later that like you can just one headshot some guys, but it takes a ton of bullets. So yeah, I don't know. I've been really enjoying the drone a lot. It's good.
Yeah, that drone's phenomenal. Do you guys have the turret for it?
Yeah,
I
they
just
drop
got it.
down like the sentry turret.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am constantly using that thing. I'm constantly switching around whatever different thing I want in the moment. Like I'm grinding for ammo like mad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that turret a consumable thing? I used some of the Molotovs, but then I ran out and I was like, I'll wait
Yeah.
until I'm at a boss
I
that I'm
didn't-
super stuck on.
Before I got the starfish, I didn't really use the drone at all. I used those tiny little sentinel things that you could drop down. Oh fuck, what are they called? I can't even think of them. The ones that are on like a tripod. You can get like these like little things that are on a tripod, and it's like a gun. It has a line of sight on it, and if anybody crosses that line of sight, it shoots them.
I think that's the turrets you're talking about, right?
That's the turret. Yeah.
But it's not a drone attachment. This is like a separate thing that drops on the ground. It's
a
like
drone.
like a sentry gun, basically.
Yeah, like the drone will drop that on the ground as like.
Oh well, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, I think it's the scavenger engineers. If you like break their chest piece, you get that. Something
Yeah.
like that. One of the Port Nixon enemies.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Right when the
That-
turrets start showing up.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me though, because you brought up engineer. You pick like a at the beginning of the game like a background, but it's given me like one extra dialogue option one time because I'm like the engineer thing, whatever that
Oh.
was.
Oh, I didn't even think it did anything different
Yeah.
for the dialogue.
Just
I figured that
one
was
piece
just
of
your
dialogue.
clothing option.
I thought it was just aesthetic. I haven't seen anything different for.
Also, that thing is called the Spark Engineers turret.
Yeah.
That's what
it's
it
a
is.
turret that automatically fires at enemies within range.
Hmm. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah,
I think
all
it's super good.
all those different drone consumables and whatnot. I love the shit out of them. Using it constantly.
The Gaia laser is also very fun. If you've gotten that, I assume that you have.
Yep.
You just hold the button down, and it's just that big orange ray that just continuously blasts as long as you hold down the button. That one's super fun. I like that one.
Yeah, it's good shit.
So yeah, and then we're on our way out, and then we get to talk to what the hell is this guy's name? Brother Moron. I don't know. A lot of the dialogue in this game is.
Not Eli.
No, it's
no.
not Eli.
It's the guy. I don't think we've met this guy again since, right?
Nope.
No,
Oh, you didn't?
he talked like when you meet Eli, he says that whatever the hell this guy's name is told you.
Truman, brother Truman.
Sure.
That sounds right.
I think
I don't think I've met him again.
you didn't go back to him.
No.
Mm.
You should go back to him and
How?
tell him what happened to brother Eli.
Okay.
Okay.
Get a very nice weapon out of it.
Oh yes. But now Jericho City is open, and the world is your oyster, but not quite yet, because you got to talk to some other guy downstairs that wants to tell you about how you're supposed to upgrade your stuff.
Yeah, it's like,
He's
have
nice,
I
though.
not been upgrading my stuff yet? You think I just didn't use the med bay at all in the prison game? What are you
Yeah,
tutorializing for me now?
But I mean, he gives you a bunch of crap.
That's
you know,
true. He's a nice guy.
And then he won't tell you who he is. And you can be like, oh, the unknown, huh? He's like, ah, just like you.
Is that the stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down by the med bay.
And after you beat Brother Eli, you get a quest to go meet him, like underground, but I haven't done that.
Yeah, did you do that?
No.
Okay, I've done that.
I went to go meet him.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
talk about it.
And then
It's part of this
did-
part of the
did
game.
have you done the second part of that? Because I haven't.
I gave him all the armor.
I know, but I mean after that, because I haven't seen.
Oh,
it.
no, you don't get to see So after you get him the armor, we're gonna go see him now,
Okay,
in this
all right.
next
yeah,
coming
that's what I
part
was
of the
wondering, because I
podcast.
was like, I've been looking for him. I was like, where the fuck is
Yeah.
this guy?
Because his next thing happens in like the next area we're going to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for him. That was fun. I like that little side
Yeah.
quest.
Do you know who he is?
No, I have no idea.
Oh shit! All right, I'll keep my mouth shut. Because it's a Souls game and we're playing with limited time, I've been retroactively playing with a walkthrough. So like I'll do a big section and then I'll check a walkthrough to see if I missed anything like super important.
Yeah.
And a little piece about that stranger got spoiled for me due to that. But it also like I probably would have never clued in on it because it has to do with the first surge and I never played that, so I don't know that I would have picked up on any of those subtle hints that they were dropping anyway.
Oh,
Cool.
well, now I think I know who he is too. But
I've done like nothing for side quests because every time I thought I was going the side quest direction, I ended up doing story stuff and passing them by. This is also where you come again your first was it like sneak? Because this is well, I guess you could have sneaked on the guy in the prison that was looking in the garbage locker or whatever too, but this is one that actually tells you about it like up on the bus, I think. So you sneak up behind that guy and you bash his brains in. Which how do you feel not having a backstab, I guess? Because in like Souls games it's backstab, right?
There's a backstab.
Well, it's like an animated weird thing. It's not.
It's still a backstab. It's not as visually satisfying.
I also feel like it doesn't do as much damage.
It's more like a stagger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
but it's fine.
yeah, it works okay.
It's fine. It is what it is.
I take advantage of it when given the opportunity.
Yep.
I'm loud because I'm giant, so actually I can walk slow as I want, and they'll still. By the time I get that close to get the button prompt, they'll turn around. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I smash them in the face, and then they die. So
A quick thing that we
Come
didn't
up
talk
here.
about it yet. During the like warden boss fight, the first time you die, you leave behind your scrap. But unlike most games, you don't want to grab it immediately because it like heals you over time while it's on the floor. And once you do grab it, it's a full heal. So like there's some strategy there to using the scrap that's on the floor for as long as you can to make the boss easier. But if it's a big chunk of scrap, you're putting a big chunk of scrap at a big risk that you might just get like hammered by this boss and die, which I enjoy.
I just pick it up.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Chris, because I like that mechanic as well. It's I like the minor twists this game puts on the typical Souls formula. They're not trying to do broad, sweeping formulaic changes here. They're doing minor things to make it more interesting and set it apart. And I enjoy a lot of that. It's cool stuff.
Actually, I like the ping system that it has too, that you can actually track it down, so you don't have to like worry about where specifically you dropped it. It kind of like slowly closes in and gives you that distance, so you know you're getting closer to it. Makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Anyway.
So we also have the graffiti system in this, which
I don't use
I haven't
it.
used similar to the messaging system. I mean,
I have found it to be helpful,
Yeah.
quite a lot. So, but I don't ever actually use it myself.
Yeah.
Did you ever figure out what the hell the banners are?
Nope.
Just lays your guy down, right? Like a hologram of your guy, but I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
I mean,
It has
that's
something
all
to do
I-
with tech scrap. If you pick some up, you like get tech scrap. I don't know. I think it's like a hide and seek kind of thing, but I don't know the
Oh.
I don't know the specifics. Maybe like the longer your banner is hidden, the more tech scrap is gained. But I know it has to do something. You will get tech scrap for finding one.
Oh, I haven't done anything with them.
Yeah,
Hasn't played.
I've found some, but that's about it.
Also, crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. Anyway,
This is the first
the
time
hell
that you
is
can
that?
like actually cut off armor and get a full armor set. Which we should talk a little bit about set bonuses. I know we talked about the armor we have, but set bonus is another like I think pretty huge change from any Souls type game. Any other Souls game, you just want to like stay under a certain weight threshold. That's the entire like inventory system is I want to stay under this weight so I can roll like this. Otherwise, I'm just putting on the best fucking armor I have. It doesn't matter how stupid it looks. But this game incentivizes you to either do a full set of 6 or 2 sets of 3, which usually ends up looking pretty good unless the armor's just trash, like the guy armor apparently, that I haven't seen.
Look it
you
up
gotta
after
get some
this, because
sweet
it looks
bonuses.
like a big pile of duty. It's terrible.
I would like a costume that's just a big pile of duty. It sounds great.
Well,
it
get
just
guy
looks
armor.
like it just looks like the robots pieces busted on top of you. It's not anything super fantastic. At least I didn't think it was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Everybody likes different things, so
I don't like it. I
Go
just
ahead.
like the perks.
so you need that layered armor to go over the top to make it not look like duty.
Yeah, I think that's like the only thing that I wish this game did have is like a transmog system, which I think every game should have a fucking transmog system. You know, you're like, let me wear the set I want to give me the stat boost, but let me look how I want to look, so I don't look like a giant turd running around through this fucking world.
Well, I mean, they did do the normal Souls like, and your guy is ugly as sin when you're making him, no matter what.
Oh, whatever. Mine's a beautiful black man. He's great looking. Love him.
My guy looks just like me, so he's sexy as hell.
Yeah. I mean, my guy, an old black dude. I love him. He's the best.
All right.
I covered my character's face as soon as possible with armor.
Well, the Rhino one's just like a visor, so you can still see my jaw, but everything else is covered, so that's okay.
This isn't Deep Rock Galactic, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to show all our chins. It's okay. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. You can kill the revenge guys. So if like a certain unit has killed somebody in their game, like it randomly come up, and they'll have like their little red marker above them.
Yep.
And it's a revenge kill. I mean, that's kind of cool, but
I like that
also
because
like,
it gives you a lot more of the armor set pieces from what I've noticed when you kill that character. So, like, going towards the Little Johnny fight, I kept running into one in this one area, and once I killed him, I think I got the entire armor set for that dude, like, in one go.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
I know, like, from some of the bosses, you get a specific piece, but if you actually attack, obviously, I don't think it works for Little Johnny and Delver, but, like, Eli, if you attack there's certain arm you can actually get a higher mark virgin if you get
there's-
that piece off.
hmm There's that with Little Johnny as well. There's two different versions of Little Johnny's weapon.
There's definitely one for Delver that I know about, but I didn't get it. You just have to like break every piece of armor in every phase.
These spoilers in your walkthroughs.
I didn't get the Little Johnny weapon, but I heard about
I think I did, and because I used it for a. Good
Oh yeah,
portion of the game.
the forceps.
Yeah.
Did you get the Mark II?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're blue.
No, they deal poison. That's the difference. Like they've got the,
Yeah.
the poison.
So like when
cloud
you're
around them.
holding them, there's like a poison cloud in the
Oh,
cloud.
definitely didn't get that. Fuck, that sounds dirty.
Yeah, you've got to break off both of his the pincers on during the fight
Oh.
to get the Mark II version.
That sounds so cool too. Damn it.
Yeah,
Restart the
over
game,
now.
man. It'll only take you 2 days to get back to where we are.
So right
It's
outside
a long
here,
weekend
though,
coming up. It's Martin Luther King weekend
I
coming
like that shrug.
up. What else am I gonna play?
so in this area, you can go back up and go in the front door of the prison, which basically you could go up to before and hear people talking, but you couldn't go back in that way. So you can go another way, which has a bunch of guards. And I didn't try and push past them. I just walked away because they probably would have kicked my ass at this point. And I went back down across the bridge, which is the first iteration of what you guys, the switch weapons, basically. Because it's the one axe, or the guy splits them up into two, and then it's an axe and something else along the long bridge. That guy kicked my ass a couple times, I think, before I killed him.
I used his weapon for a minute.
I didn't use it,
I
but I
took-
know of it.
Yeah, it took a long time to actually come around to that guy. I was kind of I wasn't really farming. I was just like getting pretty wrecked, and I'm like, well, I have no heals, no health, no energy, so I'm gonna go back to the med bay and try again and again and again until I actually got.
I don't
Good at it.
think I went right from the police station at all. I just went straight to the squid place.
Oh wow! I explored
Yeah,
around.
I did not go like once you come up and it's got like the scaffolding all around you, and it gives you that choice to go left or right. I never went right,
Oh.
so I haven't even been over in that area still. I still don't know what the fuck's
Well,
over there.
There's not much
No.
over there. There's like you eventually get to a like little, whatever, a transfer to another area that goes to Port Nixon, but then you need a force hook to do anything over there. I think you do get a
Okay.
good implant. I don't remember what the implant is, but you get a good implant in there that I think I'm still using.
So yeah, there's a lot of shortcuts and crap as you're going through this area. Yeah, eventually make it up to what is it? There's like a drone flying by and the guards shoot it down, and that's where you meet the shady doctor.
Not
You
me.
ever met the shady doctor?
I met him way later, like going towards Gideon Rock. I never
Oh,
met him till
yeah. As soon as I got to this
hours
area,
and hours in.
I was like, I need this weapon that this freaking police guard has. I never found the freaking drone yet. I thought I was, but that's later, and then I ended up at Gideon's Rock, and I was like, oh, let's keep
Yeah.
going this way.
You
But
don't
I
really get
thought,
anything for it. He just lets you use his.
yeah, that stupid first aid station.
Yeah, that's it.
You can also
then he
like
likes-
blackmail him to get like 5,000 scrap as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talk a bunch of shit to him because he's like a dick, but that's about it.
Well, I never did it. I just fought these guards a shit ton of times, unlocked the shortcut up on top. For the longest time, I'm like, God damn it, I want that shield. So I kept fighting the one with the shield. I'm like, I don't think I can get that shield. Finally, I just gave up. But I did use that frickin' like paddle sword that you get from the one. I think I used that almost all the way through Little Johnny.
Oh, cool.
I killed that doctor.
Good for you, man.
Fuck him. Injecting, like, not telling people he's injecting them with nanites.
Yeah, he was a dick.
Fucked up.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
And I think it's somewhere around here that they finally give you the tutorial that's like hold circle to store heals. I did not fucking know about that until this point, and it was infuriating.
There's a circle button on the Xbox controller?
Yeah, on the PS5 controller, there's a circle button. Yeah, you hold the heal button, and it puts the heals away, and the
press
game does not
another button.
tutorialize that.
I press the B one because it stands for
I'm not
button.
familiar
I
with that
press
button. Oh, it standds for button. You just push that to do everything?
The
Everything's
A
mapped
button
to
stands for A button.
Yeah. The Y is E button. X button.
E button.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fighting these guards wasn't bad, but it wasn't easy. But the thing that really messed me up at this point is that frickin' police drone that's in the back that's scanning for like infection.
I did not go this way.
That guy kicks your ass. Well, later when you come back, he's actually like patrolling way up higher.
Yeah.
But
And
and
that's
he's
why you
not
got
at
your
us.
ass kicked because you weren't supposed to go that way yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I killed them and got their weapons and some of their armor.
I tried messing with them, but I didn't. I wound up not until later.
No. Well, I wanted their stuff.
I
And
remember-
like I said, I wanted that
Straight
shield.
to the squid.
I remembered getting my ass beat in the first game by like police-looking guards, so I didn't fucking mess with them until I had to.
Oh. Well, I did because it was fun. This is also where you meet pretty much your first set of ranged guys that actually have like assault rifles. Although they're super easy because you literally can just block the bullets and walk up to them. You're shaking your head. Did
Yeah,
they kill you?
because those guys are still kicking my ass.
You know you can just block the bullets.
You know that once you get close to them, they'll just pull out a fucking weapon and try to kick your ass anyways.
Yeah,
and
but-
I never get attacked by them until
Do
I'm
you not do the
getting
have
attacked
you
by somebody else.
use a spear, right? Have you never done the dash move?
No.
The dash move is so sweet. You run and you like slide and like drag the lance and then whip it up and like
I'll have to look into this. I don't know what you're talking about.
oh those dash moves are
Sounds
so
like
good.
fake.
You definitely need
Bullshit.
to use those.
No,
Those
yeah,
dash
use
moves
that.
are very, very helpful if you're trying to cut a limb off because they do a little bit reduced damage. So it helps you not get the kill, but get that extra limb damage.
How do you do a dash move?
You
run.
dash and then you attack.
I run all the fucking time.
Then
You
maybe
run
you've
and then
done
you
it.
attack.
Okay, well the weapon I'm using, you don't do that. He does like this crazy fucking spin move.
No, I
There's also
definitely
jump
with some of the
attacks
early
that
spears
you
you
should use
definitely slide and
I'm telling
swing it
you,
around.
with this weapon I have, the guy has spear. He does not do that.
Well, I didn't use the guy's spear because it's stupid. So
You're stupid.
Wow. This is the harsh podcast, guys.
This is what happens when we play Souls likes. This is
Guys, let me play the way I want to fucking play.
people are like,
Tom.
oh, it's fine. It seems
Obviously,
like
it's not fine.
if you're doing the dash move, it seems like it was easier to close ground. But plus, you can like stagger them a little bit, so they can't switch to weapons right away. But-
with the other spear weapons, do you do this? I know you don't really jump that much, but I don't know what the jumping is like with other weapons at all. But with the guy spear in general, since I jump all the time, there's like this crazy thing where he like kicks his legs out and then like comes out like this and like stabs at them. That shit is awesome.
I don't know. I do it mostly power heavy attacks and smash the living crap out of their faces.
I mostly
do
just
the
do like
mix attacks. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
what? No, I was just saying with the spear, all I really do is like the first 2 hits. If they're stunned, I'll do like the next 2, but the first 2 hits are just like long jabs that you can keep distance so easily with. It is very strong to keep distance until you fight like the fucking Delver who kills half the screen.
Are you mixing and matching your horizontal and vertical attacks?
See, Signor.
Okay, because there's like different mixes are better for unarmored versus armored pieces.
I always go for the armored. I want the fucking piece. I don't give a shit about their fleshy
Same.
bits.
Unless I'm low on health and am not worried about trying to cut a limb off and just want that battery charge.
No, I'm still going
sounds
for
like
the same body
cowardice.
part. Unless I accidentally switch body parts that like while I'm fighting, which has happened a few times.
No, I like going, especially when you get that tech scrap modifier up there. Like I want to not die and continue the run.
I would say that's one of those things I've had an issue with is targeting specific body parts. I feel like it's a little wonky where it's not 100%, especially going towards the legs. I always feel like every time I try to target a leg, it's like doesn't want to go to the leg I fucking want it to go to.
Yeah, occasionally finicky for sure.
You mentioned.
mine?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna move
Okay.
on to something else. Go ahead.
No, not you.
No, you.
Me too.
No, you mentioned the tech scrap modifier. That's something that they've kind of had in all their games, but how exactly does it work? It's just the longer you haven't been to a med bay, the bigger the multiplier.
No, the more tech scrap you have, the bigger the multiplier.
Oh, okay.
So like
Okay,
if you have 7,000, you're getting more on your next kill because you had 7,000, which is why I don't always bank what I have. You know, if I have like only 1,000, it's not enough for a level up. I won't necessarily bank that because when I come out, I'm going to earn, 20% more tech scrap or whatever I'm not sure off the top of my head what the modifiers are, but like I've had where I'm earning 3 times as much tech scrap every kill because I have so much on me and it makes grinding less necessary. So that's why I don't always necessarily go for the limb cut, because sometimes I want to not die so that I can continue this run for longer, so I can get more tech scrap better.
Yeah, I've definitely had like 100,000 on me, but I've never I didn't really understand how the multiplayer works, so I never intentionally didn't go to the med bay. I was just like, I don't want to respawn the enemies while I'm still exploring, so I'm gonna keep going. But it's interesting because in Lords of the Fallen, I don't know about the Surge one, but in it's Lords of the Fallen, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like a multiplier, but it's basically just every time you kill an enemy or every few enemies, it goes up, and you can deposit however much experience you want when you're at a crystal, even if it's not a level up worth. The only reason you don't go to a crystal is because you want to keep that multiplier up, because otherwise you could just run back to the crystal anytime and deposit even if it's half a level or whatever. The Surge also let you deposit even if you didn't have a full level, which I actually prefer it here, where you have to have a little bit of that risk reward until you have a level up worth at least.
Mm-hmm. But that makes me curious, what level you guys ended this session at?
I don't remember.
53, I think.
Holy
yeah, somewhere in the
shit.
50s. Well, where are you?
Like 45, 6? Maybe 47?
Well, not that far off.
Yeah, but like at that point, it's like 10,000 scrap, I think, for each level.
Yeah, I think I'm at like 13, 14,000.
Yeah, it's about right. But I for me, I think that difference comes from that modifier running.
Could be.
How much are you paying attention to that and using that to your advantage?
0, because I bank everything every time I go back to the mid. So that gives you an answer right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm definitely very thorough, and like I said, like even in that first area, I would get rocked and go back to the med bay and then just try it again. So maybe that's why I'm a little over leveled. How are you guys actually spending your skill points though? Because it's just the 3 things, but do you have a rhyme or reason to it?
I'm doing 2 points, or point in stamina, point in battery, point in stamina, point in health, point in battery, point in so stamina's the highest, with health and battery being half of whatever stamina is at the time.
Okay, I'm doing like
I
the
don't
same thing, except
remember.
health is my main thing, and then the other 2 are like half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was. I know in the beginning I was going heavy battery for the most part.
Yeah,
Then I started
mine's,
equaling out.
mine's pretty even keel with health and battery, and then stamina's probably 5 or 6 points higher than those. So.
Yeah, I know I went for battery because I'm like, heal's probably decent. And then I was like, I should probably be getting stamina because I'm running out. And then I was like, I should probably get more life because I want more life. But at least it's only broken into 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very simple. There's no fucking... But what is the stat in Dark Souls 2 that nobody could figure out what it was for a long time? And then it
All
turned
of
out to
them,
be poise or something.
All of them.
All of them? Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
I can't tell you.
But yeah, it's simple.
Yeah. So anyway, after this nice guard part here that we've been talking about, you get to the court, which is under the octopus asshole. And you can talk to people here. There's 2 or 3 side quests.
Do you do any of them?
That's stupid. Nope, I literally did none until the end. I picked all of them up and actually completed none of them. Because
I did a few.
Just
Did you help that lady with the loan shark?
Yep.
Yep, same.
I killed that fucking
Did you
loan
help? Is it Rex with his girlfriend
girl.
April?
Yeah, he's fucked. He's leaving. He's gonna go get killed.
Purpose?
Is that the one that it has the cannibal? Did you guys see that?
Oh no,
that's
different.
With the
Different girl. Penny.
Who was it? Penny.
Penny's
yeah,
delicatessen.
yeah, I wrote that down. I love that sequence, dude. That was so
It's
cool.
pretty funny.
That was wild.
Which we'll talk about in Port Nixon, I guess. But you can also meet Jordan Black here for the first time. You don't have to talk to her here, but she makes a very bad first impression. She's basically like,
She's a huge dick for no reason.
yeah, our hunter
a lot
team's
of
full.
dickishness
Fuck
in this
off. That's basically all she says.
And you're not allowed in.
Was that the monster hunt lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Food Wars and reading Food Wars, and I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but there is a character in there named Arena, and she reminds me so much of her. Just like, oh, I'm the elite of the elite, and you can't fucking join us because I'm a dick for no reason.
Yeah. On the topic of side quests, I like that most of the time when you're accepting a side quest, the question you ask is, "Are you in trouble?" It's a really weird way to ask somebody if they need your help, or if they would like some help.
I do like that it gives you a dialogue option too to go back to them and be like, "What did you want me to do again?" I've found
Yeah.
that very useful when I come back to a game after not playing for a couple hours or something.
Did later on in Gideon's Rock area when you meet those three gentlemen at the hub, did you abuse that and find out their real names? If you keep asking that first guy, wait, what's your name again? Like 6 times, eventually
No, I did
you'll
not.
say like, fine, these are our real names.
No, I did not.
I don't think it matters, but
I don't even think I talked to 3 guys. So
no.
Did you play this game?
I did play the game. I didn't care much about the side quest, so I was just playing.
I was exploring. I was talking.
Tom's here to hit things with sticks. It's a Souls game. So it's perfectly.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't talk to the fucking window that didn't fucking acknowledge that I had to do something to it. Or other weird rocks or whatever the hell is happening. Mr. Scrappy, though.
Yes.
The vendor that sniffs at you immediately and then rewards you on the gossip and audio logs that you have.
I love that. I love that.
I need to go back to him because I have so many audio logs.
Yeah. And then he gives you like the weird, his hidden gems. This one's for free. I actually don't know if I've gone back to him. Oh, no, I did go back to him after I killed Eli and Johnny because he's like, oh, I detect that you've killed 2 notorious or like very well people in this area. You should probably go tell your notary because he wants an audio log of it. Because he's an addict.
He's got a
He needs
problem.
the audio logs.
Yeah, I didn't even meet him until after the Fort Nixon part.
Did you even play this game?
I think I was playing Luigi's Mansion the whole time, so I don't know.
I gotta get my vacuum out. Hold on, sir.
Did you guys fight a ghost baby at any point?
Speaking of Ghost Baby, I do have a baby with like 2 extra arms on the back of my car in Mad Max currently. It's very creepy.
All right.
Okay.
You know, talking about weird baby things. So when you first find Eli, I went up to him and I was just sitting there listening to that stupid conversation, and then he starts over, and I swear to God, it did not tell me that I could talk to him. And like, what the hell? Like, did I miss something? So then I ended up running all the way back, killing a bunch more guys, and coming back and like staring at him again. And then I saw the button prompt, so maybe I just didn't see it the first
Is that
time.
when he's like interrogating the guy on the floor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can ask him, who the hell is this guy?
Which is the first sign that he's not a good guy. And I don't know about for you guys, but the first time I got
If you're
to see Brother,
interrogating somebody, yeah, it's probably not a good thing.
even directly above his head, there was graffiti left with like a kill symbol and then an arrow pointing down directly at Eli.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if mine had that.
Like, fuck
Yeah.
this guy. Don't trust him.
I was playing offline until after I fought Little Johnny, I think. So those didn't pop up for me.
Right.
Oh, so is us all blank. So basically, what Eli wants is you to kill his brother because he's given what the hell is Blue Sparkle.
Yeah,
Come
he's a drug
Blue
dealer.
Sparkle.
Yeah, dealing drugs.
Get you all
Futuristic
high,
drugs, baby.
fidgety and stuff. But yeah, so they'd worked for a long time. He liked all the money that he was getting, but then he found out what he was getting the money for, and he can't stand for it anymore. So now he enlists you to go and kill fat. Well, he's not fat. Well, I mean, he is fat, but
He's
Not
super
so
fat.
little Johnny.
Johnny.
He's
Who
a
needs
he's a big man.
extra
Baby
arms.
thing.
Yeah, he's just like wearing a diaper in his little.
Yeah, he's disgusting. He's a gross thing.
Can't believe Rex's girlfriend left him for
Where did she
little
go?
Johnny.
Got the drugs,
Where did she
man.
go? I was showering her with gifts. They can't know about my secret things. My
Blue Sparkle. Not even once.
blue sparkle. But yeah, so now we're off. Wait, Port Nixon. We go through the little door. We get his key card. This is our first encounter with the what are they? The Sparkle people.
The Spark aspirants.
Yeah. So their armor is basically what if you're poisoned, you do more damage, and then what is the partial one? You take less
poison
damage
Mm-hmm.
from the poison, and then if you have the full set, you do more damage while you're poisoned. These guys suck balls because these are the first ones. Like if you get the big guys that you cannot stop their attacks, like it's literally like you got to roll away and hope they don't keep going.
Yeah, that was the first time I really noticed the unblockable attacks, and I kept trying to block those attacks and got fucked for about 45 minutes.
Minus the shield with like the line through it.
Yeah. Before I went to the walkthrough, and I'm like, why the fuck? You know, oh,
You can't block those attacks.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, I get it. Yes, and then I have also written down what we talked about already: the sentry guns, and these goddamn the bomb spider drones. I didn't mind because those you can easily take out by either just dodging out of the way or just shooting them with your drone. But the fucking EMP ones, those can suck my balls. Those guys suck.
Yep, no fun.
And the turret ones are easy enough to just get around.
Yeah, no, I just shot everything. Like the little robots, the turrets, all of it died in one shot, so they weren't a big deal.
Yep.
Stop being such a baby, Tom. Gosh.
May sound cheesy, but I'm not lactose intolerant.
Yeah, I didn't really use the drone much. You also get, right when you get into this first area, you get the fantastic phone call when you activate the med bay, where you call little Johnny, "You morons! I deactivated this for a reason." I think my response was like, "What? I can't hear you."
Yeah,
And,
that's what I did.
talking with him,
Yep.
and he finally like hangs up.
Same.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
How are you handling? What do you guys think about these conversation options? Because a lot of times I'm looking at these options like, well, I don't want to be a dick, and my other option is goodbye.
Everybody in this world is a dick, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it feels
I
kind
don't
of
think I've been a compassionate person yet.
It kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk. A lot of the complaints with that game, for me and for a lot of people, is like, no matter what response you pick, V's a dick. It's just his personality.
Yep.
Or he's showing you his dick.
A lot of
What's
that.
funny
Well,
is
that's just a glitch, Tom. You got to take the pants back off and put them back on.
a lot of the responses. I was like, well, I would probably say this in real life.
Oh,
I think I'm a dick.
that's okay. We'll allow it. So your goal for this area is to get to Terminal Z, kill the big old baby.
This area kicked my ass, dude.
Yeah, this area could be rough at times.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit in this area.
Yep.
So right after this initial area, you come up to the turrets where the people run through and just magically die because those turrets never shot for me. So basically, the laser swept.
Yeah.
Or the sight. So I thought they were lasers. I'm like, oh, okay. Like
Same.
I never heard them fire. So I was like very cautious about it. And then I just blew them up with my drone. And then the one guy opens up the big door and starts mocking you, which the weapon looks cool, but I did not like it at all. Though it's got the saw blade and like the fork for the other hand. Like it looks decent, but it's just basically a fist weapon.
Yeah.
Wasn't for me.
You didn't want to fist anybody?
No,
Not in this game.
no. Save
Maybe
that
next
for-
time.
Yeah.
There's no big pigs.
Not until I get the forceps. Then they got fisted.
Yeah, that's true. Using those forceps on everybody.
So you can go through the pipe in there. Did you guys talk to this drunk guy at the end of this
Yeah.
pipe? Okay.
I think so.
And he just basically, you give him one scrap and he like tells you like, this is how you get around to it. But I really didn't listen to what he said anyway and just did what I wanted. So at least he got a scrap out of it. You know, whatever. These are the guys that use the poison. There's poison flipping everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of just looping around.
Weird that they give you armor that makes you better when you're poisoned in the area with a lot of poison in it.
Yeah.
It is weird.
I think. There's also the part with the tank that you can go up on top and
Yep,
open up
that's-
that container and drop the
that was
little
cool.
EMP bastards on.
I love that.
Yeah, I like that until I went down or after I died to the guys right outside Penny's stand and I had to come back and then those fucking EMP guys were jumping all over me and I had no ammo.
Oh.
no!
I don't think I
That's why
ever
I
came
hate
back
them.
there after they were, like, after a death or anything.
I never got to Penny the first time, so I had to go back there. So I could talk to Penny.
Did you end up doing that whole side quest? Or did you just talk to Penny?
No. I talked to Penny
You didn't go around to the back?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
because then I died.
Oh.
And I didn't go because I'm like, fuck this area. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I never even went around to that front entrance until Penny was already dead and replaced.
Oh, weird.
She dies?
Yes, she's a terrible
Well
person who is feeding you meats from
I
humans. It's a first act side mission, Tom.
I killed the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Well, to be fair, she attacked first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like basically you go in there and she makes a lot of very obvious puns about eating you. I think I may have a couple.
Maybe it
Written
was
down here.
just sexual and she was trying to turn you on.
Sure. Yeah, she asks you to like go get her a piece of scrap or something from one. You can kill literally any of the little EMP bots or anything, and you'll get it. And she says, once you get back, we'll have a real feast. And then she said, oh yeah, and she says, oh, I feed the community. I just love everyone here to bits, like chopping them into bits. She just makes so many obvious references that makes it clear what's going on. And if you step over by the freezer, you can hear somebody banging on the door asking for help.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not a mystery what's going on here as soon as you walk into there. And then you get the tech scrap, you come back, and she's like, oh, your reward's in this room over here. And you walk in there, and there's a grinder that she's going to use to grind you up. And you can run back out, come back in, kill her, save the other lady. And then the other lady's running the store. And if you talk to her, she's like, oh, unlike Penny, I'm going to give everybody what they deserve. And it sounds like she's still probably fucking killing people and feeding them to other people. It's just that she's killing bad guys, presumably.
People got to eat, man.
Yep.
I guess.
But it was such
And I
a
haven't
cool
seen any
little thing
cat
to run
running
into.
around or anything.
I loved running into that little side thing. I wasn't expecting it at all. It's very out of the blue. I feel like it does a good job of fleshing out this like weird ass world that a lot more. And just the weird people that inhabit it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot before we got to this section was when we found another Athena chest that had the nanite spikes. And that's when Abe was looking for. That was prior. Because now here we find another one that has the spear in it out on the shore. And this is like the aid guys trying to get her, and then the spark doodly dudes coming after him and killing the aid guys while she's running away.
Yeah, I don't think that one was the spear, unless it's like randomized. The spear was over in like downtown by those cop guys you were talking about earlier.
No, that's where I had the spikes. The two fist ones.
Well, I don't know why that is, but that's where I got the Dragoon spear.
Yeah, because I got the spear on the beach here by all the turrets and the little bomb drones. Because I used it on Johnny.
I don't know if it's randomized or maybe it's based on how many you've seen and I missed one or something, so I got it later. I'm not sure.
That could be it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I think at the end I had 4 of the nanite weapons. I think by the time I got done with Delver, 4 or 5. I don't remember. I'd have to look in my inventory. But I know the last one I got was the scythe, and that one's fucking baller. But I use big heavy things, and that's what it takes the form of. It's like the big giant maces.
Cool.
Anyway, going forward, there's more just running around down. There are some dark areas where you got to turn your lights on, but pretty much just slaying guys as you get to Terminal Z. Once you get like right outside Terminal Z, I think it's before you get there. Maybe it's not, but there's the big drawbridge where you got to fight the 2 guys, and they'll raise the drawbridge, kill them, and drop back down. Then I think once you get across and climb up, you can see. I think her name's Celeste, right? That she's the matriarch of the Spark. I think is what she calls herself. Basically, little Johnny and Eli's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but I believe you.
I think it's Celeste.
That sounds right.
Yeah, but I actually ended up going like underneath and coming back up because when you go across the bridge, there's that path on the right. I ended up coming from that path, which is weird because then those 2 guys that cross the bridge just aren't there for some reason, which is fine because otherwise there would be 3 and that would suck.
And then it connects almost directly behind the med bay. So you just take the med bay right to Little Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you know it's boss time. But yeah, you can see like his the Celeste yelling at him, stop, you gotta cleanse yourself, you're not coming to the cathedral, and just yelling at him, which makes more context once you go to the boss and he's pissed off and he's just like killing all of his like people that work for him. He's like ripping them apart. Oh, I hate when she tells me what to do. Ah!
Little baby boy.
So yeah, this is the first time that I actually started blocking. Was for this fight, like
really?
successfully at least. Otherwise, I was doing the dodge most of the time. Also, this is the only time that I really had problems with the targeting mechanic, trying to target the legs, like the squid legs. So I took out the 2 pinchers in the front first both times, because I think if you break the ones on the outside, they start emitting poison.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then it's a lot harder to get into the middle to get those other 2 tanks.
Yeah, I did not realize that, like, because I was basically doing it without lock on. Most Souls likes I don't use lock on unless I need to. Obviously, in this game you need to a lot, but against bosses especially, I don't like to use it if I can, because it gives you more freedom, I feel like, and movement. But you need to lock onto his body, because even if you stab directly into like the tanks themselves, it'll just bounce off of his body if you're not locked onto it.
Oh, I wasn't locked down on his legs.
Those legs, yeah, for sure. I didn't lock on for the legs, but for his main body, the 2 cans on there, you
Yeah,
have
like
to
the
lock onto his
canisters.
body and target them.
Well, I definitely locked onto those, because that's when I got the rhythm for blocking. Because you can't block once. You have to block, was it 3 or 4 times before he'll stagger?
Yeah.
I want to say it's 3. And I think
3.
Delver had 4, I think.
Yeah, I think Delver's 4, and yeah.
But you can get the rhythm down because of the way they attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rhythmic. Very sexual.
It's a rhythm game. This is basically Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rhythm heaven.
Okay. It's the rhythm of the night. Oh, yeah. So, if you had to guess, how many times did you die to Little Johnny?
2.
15.
2?
2. He was not
That's
that bad.
incorrect. I don't believe you.
3 or 4.
It's way more than that.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked.
Well,
There's
there's a
like
boss.
10, 15.
Yeah. I had
There's
to
a
look
boss
up
coming
guy.
up that you guys didn't even remember existed that whooped my ass like 8 times. So
Oh, Cervantes.
yeah,
Yeah, that dude was that. Yeah, that was no problem.
Did you have Molotovs for Cervantes?
No, I just kicked his ass.
There's
for-
Molotov. No, I don't
Right.
fucking use. I just use the weapon that I have in front of
Yeah,
me to bash
same.
things.
Molotovs trivialized Cervantes.
I mean, I didn't have a big problem with them without them, so I guess if it helps.
yeah.
I wouldn't say I
don't
had
use
a
any
big
items.
problem, but
So after you kill Little Johnny, also I liked his move where he shot up and shot the squid baby blow-ups out of his gooch.
Yeah.
And they just like go everywhere, and you can kind of just run around it because they just spiral in a pattern. That was a fun move. Anyway,
I think between Johnny and the Delver, there was like the most cinematic boss fight.
Yeah, I hope there
Yeah.
are more boss fights like that coming up, like these really big ones with. In the case of the Delver, multi-stages. This one wasn't multi-stages, but it was definitely different than any other boss, and that you just have to hit the coolant tanks. It's just not like you're taking his health down, you're just overheating him.
yeah, you're not actually killing Little Johnny, you're killing the machine that he lives inside.
right.
But then he still like explodes into 2 pieces when he dies. You can find like his bottom half flying around.
And take it with you, and that is your new weapon.
That's the heaviest weapon in the
And you
game.
got Little Johnny's Little Johnny to fight with.
I'm actually wearing Little Johnny's armor right now.
I don't know how to take that.
Is it a diaper?
Yeah.
Yes. It's his birthday suit.
You have a shirt on. We can see it. There's a little echo chunk ghost thing right in here. She kind of like screams a little bit. I don't remember what she says. I didn't write it down, so it must not be important. Probably running away again or getting captured.
Yeah, I think she just like is screaming at the AID guys to leave her alone.
So is there another weapon here as well? Aside from Little Johnny's forceps.
I just remember the forceps here.
Yeah, that's all I remember too.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is where you get the starfish, though.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what's in the treasure box is the starfish, right?
Oh,
Could
maybe.
be. Yeah, could be.
I don't remember. Maybe that's what's in this one.
The thing is so good. Fuck.
It's very useful to open up the doors that don't want to open up.
It's also very good at staggering enemies and stunning them so they can't attack you.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't use it. I use
Very
the big thing in front of my with the hands that smashes the brains in. And that's all I
What?
need.
What are you talking about?
Codename Moonlight.
Are you high? What are you talking?
That's the name of the weapon I use.
Oh, my
Yeah, Tyler hasn't been using weapons. That's his problem.
Yeah.
Oh, he just attacking them all with this chocolate starfish.
I have not even played this weapon.
Yeah, he's playing Luigi's Mansion.
Yep.
Were you expecting another boss fight immediately after this?
No, I was not.
Yeah, that kind of took me by surprise. I mean, when I saw him, I'm like, oh god, this guy, we're gonna have to kill him.
Yeah, well, like on the way over to him, because he said, "Oh, meet me over by the entrance to Port Nixon, or to the Seaside Court, I rather." I skipped by the med bay because I was like, I don't quite have enough for a level, so there's really no point other than getting my heals back, I guess, or getting my health healed. And I just skipped by him because I was like, oh, I'll use the med bay over in Seaside Court. I'll get a little bit of extra experience on the way, maybe have a level up worth. But then Eli was there, and I talked to him, and he was like, let me show you how much I appreciate it. I was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. This guy's gonna fucking whoop my ass right now.
Yeah, he wasn't bad except that he summons other guys.
Yeah, that's what fucked me up.
A lot of guys at once can be iffy depending, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even though
Wait,
I
you
was
had a lot of guys at once in that. I only had him, and he only ever called in one other for me.
I thought he had like at least
Yeah, he
two,
did
so I was fighting
two
three at
waves.
once.
I had one where he called in a drone and a guy, and then one where he called in a guy by himself, or two guys, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, I just had
I think
one
it's-
other enemy get called in.
I think it just depends
We're
how
not
long it
playing
takes
on
you.
easy.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Um,
How many,
will
how many attempts did it take you guys?
This is like three, maybe. I think I died the first two times.
Yeah, I think it was
Eli?
3.
Oh, first shot.
yeah, I also, like I was going to say, I was afraid he was going to kick my ass. I'm glad I went back for the heal, but I did end up beating him in one shot, because every time he summoned guys, I would just use a bunch of bullets. They died in like 5 or 6 bullets, and then it was just me and him again, and his attacks were pretty predictable.
Yeah, it was 3 for me.
Yeah, his weapon is also garbage. I didn't like it, so I didn't use it.
Correct.
That one-handed mace. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. It's big two enemies. No, it's one-handed pile of crap that I don't want to use.
Big old hammer. Did you read the flavor text on that one?
No.
Talks about how he would prefer if people would like come to the Church of the Spark under peaceful means, but that often isn't the case.
So now I have to bash them with my mace.
With my big old hammer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and basically he wanted to kill you just because he wanted to look like the hero. It's like, oh, I killed the
Right.
guy that killed my brother, and this way nobody will know. Haha, fuck you. You suck.
Yeah, he's fucking psycho.
Yeah, he's super sick.
So you make it back to the court, and I mean, I didn't really talk to anybody, but it didn't seem like anybody really cared that he was dead. I think one guy's like, oh, have you seen him? He's been gone for a while.
Yeah, it's weird, because he says that, but then, like, Mr. Scrappy knows that you killed them, Jordan Black knows that you killed them, but the actual zealots that don't know for some reason. Whatever.
I don't think I ever talked to Jordan Black.
Oh, you have to talk to her to leave the building. She, like, talks to you briefly on your way out of the court.
I guess I didn't listen to her. Guess
So I'm
I
just
didn't.
out here with earplugs in, beating enemies up.
Yeah, I mean, that was the most enjoyable part of this game. I mean, the lip syncing is awful, but I mean, from what it is, that makes sense, I guess. It's not really for the animation of how we talk. It's more for the
That brought it
animation
down at least 5 points for me.
of how you rip off their legs with your bare hands, which I find hilarious.
Oh, you got bare hands as weapons now?
No, but like if you have the giant mace and you
Oh.
knock them down to rip their leg off, you don't cut it off. You literally knock them to the ground, grab their leg, and just rip their leg out of the socket.
Oh my gosh, so with the spear, one of the animations is like you stab the guy a bunch in the chest and you're like moving forward with him, and then you jump and, you know, cut him to get the torso piece. I have jumped off ledges so many freaking times doing that because your character moves like 2
God.
feet. It's the worst.
Yeah. That's happened to me a handful of times.
Not killed myself doing an execution.
I didn't kill myself. Luckily, they put you back. Like, water generally does not kill you.
Oh, I see. So after exiting this area, talking to whoever you want to talk to and not listen to, like me, you go back to this guard police area.
I'm going to stop you
with
because this is where I got my AID armor for the Stranger quest.
Okay, let's talk about the stranger.
Yeah, you gave yourself a stranger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that's
the
well, that's when you go down and meet him, right?
yeah. Well, I already gotten the armor because I got the armor set from the lady that asked you to take care of the loan shark.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, she lowers the cost of it, and you can buy it for dirt ass cheap. So I just bought that armor set and went and gave it to the stranger. I went and sought him out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then
and then he said he's going to meet up with you in AID.
Yep. You're going to meet up with him later.
Yep.
So.
Whoever he may be.
Yeah.
Does his name start with a W?
What's his name? Warren.
Yes, the main protagonist from the first one.
Worst fucking name for a character.
Warren. Come on, Warren.
That is cool though.
So is that the extent of your excitement on your side quest?
Yeah, I just still doing some shit in this area.
And I think I'll point out here, because we're about to kind of leave the city proper for Gideon's Rock, that I can't find the specifics of the argument now, but I was reading an argument that Jericho City may actually be modeled after New Haven, Connecticut.
Say what?
Okay.
So
Yeah, so
tell us.
No, I hate New Haven. I go there somewhat regularly for work. I hate that city. But 91 runs north-south from the south of Connecticut, where it starts in New Haven, all the way up to north end of Vermont or New Hampshire. And 91 runs right through Jericho City. I was reading some arguments how Jericho City, a lot of people believe it's New Haven. I can't find the exact arguments now to give you the specifics of it. I was trying to find them all day, and I could not find them again. But yeah, so I guess there's some contingent online that thinks that this takes place in Connecticut.
Cool.
Which is where I live, if you're listening to this podcast and don't know that.
So if you're in Connecticut, start breaking all your locks.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me some business.
Yeah,
Especially if
you're
you
where
work
the
at
shit's gonna go
down. So yeah, this is where I got my. Oh no, yeah, this is where I got the Rhino armor, because you unlock the one shortcut that goes right back to the very beginning med bay. It's like right there is the dude with the Rhino armor, and I armed him to get my lovely dump truck armor.
Yeah, I'm glad they kind of have you go through these early areas a little bit again, because you get to feel OP if you've been leveling and getting new gear and stuff. Which with the limited stat increases, I didn't feel like that was gonna happen. But you get some really fucking busted weapons, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really made, like, after Fort Nixon, I really had no problems with the rest of this section. I feel like I really just
Fell asleep.
breezed through. It was only a handful of areas I found myself getting caught up on random bullshit, but like didn't really die a lot. It was just a lot of, taking my time, meticulously making my way through. So it was nice to finally feel like I was making headway, as far as gameplay goes.
Yeah, of the normal guys, if I died, it was my own fault, because I was doing something stupid. But yeah, they
getting
definitely
greedy
seemed
with
like
combat or something.
I was also practicing my blocking now instead of dodging. So if I got hit a decent amount, it's because I didn't hit it at the right time. But it was my own fault. I could have killed them easier. Yeah, this is where I went into that subway that led nowhere because I didn't have the hook, or one of the mag lifts was also locked out. I don't know. But it was dark down there. And I went and it was a loading screen, and then I had to load back. And unfortunately, the loading times are not fast on this.
No, terrible.
They are very fast on my PS5.
Great on PC.
Is it free on PS5, or did you buy it on PS?
It's on PlayStation,
PlayStation
Now,
Now,
which I accidentally bought twice last year and have not used.
No, I don't want that then.
I was looking at PlayStation Now earlier, and I was like, "Oh shit, the Surge 1 and 2 is on here. I should play the Surge 1."
Well, the Surge 1 was on Game Pass for a while. That's how I played it originally. And then Surge 2 was on. And then Surge 1 was not on. Or the Surge. I guess not Surge 1. So you make your way to, what is it, Cloud 9?
Cloud 9.
Which is a weird bar that people freaked me out, so I just went and talked to Harold.
There's a lot of talking you can do in this bar.
Yep,
Yeah, I wasn't in the mood to talking. I was in the mood for ripping off limbs.
There's like 20 minutes of conversation to be had.
I only talked to like 3 people.
There's
Glad
a
I
conversation
skipped
you
it
can have
all.
with the DJ. I can't remember what it is though.
Oh yeah, he's leading the resistance.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And you can give him the password you got from from the scrap bot. He's like, I will only tell you this once, password keymaker, and you have no idea what that means until you get the DJ, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys do that side quest at all? I didn't care about it.
What was the side quest he asked?
I don't remember. He asked you to like. He asked you. Oh, he asked you to leave their. He gave you their tag, and he asked you to leave their tag in a bunch of different districts.
Oh, I just
fuck that.
Fuck that.
I haven't been tagging anything.
I didn't do anything.
You talked to the guy. One guy asked you to get the guy armor for him, and I didn't do that either.
That's the bartender.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna wear that shit, bro.
I plan on giving that to him, but I haven't yet.
I talked to no one, and I didn't care. Except for Harold, who apparently is being hacked as he's trying to give you a mission as well.
Harold's cool.
I think I'm getting more into Tom's camp as we go on, where it's like, I don't care about any of these people. I just want to kill people. I just want to kill stuff. This combat's fun.
The dialogue just kind of like, meh. And it was like, it doesn't really matter what I pick. So I think what's been happening is like, I'll get the gist of what I'm supposed to be doing, and then just like not choose like 3 of the options and just go, okay, goodbye. I'm gonna go do this now. Goodbye.
You do get some interesting dialogue, like that guy by the flaming barrel that was way earlier, but he like talks about how he scanned positive for defrag or whatever, and he's like, defrag is a hoax, it's just the swine flu, which is very weird that this game came out like 6 months before COVID was a thing, and it's very COVID vibes with that line specifically.
Well, I'm waiting for my med bay to show up so I can get my rig, start running around the streets
of New Haven.
Where I am as well, it'd be fine. Start ripping out street lamps and such.
There you go.
So yeah, you talk to Harold. Harold gives you the deets on the monster hunt up to Gideon Rock, which I immediately just went up to Gideon Rock. I didn't go in the other direction. I think you can go left as well and go somewhere else.
No, it just takes you back out to Jericho City.
How does it? Okay. So up into this lovely, like, I don't even, like, is this on top of like a skyscraper, just random like fucking nature preserve?
I think it's a park, right? Just like a park within.
I don't know. Well, you got the Mustang, the Cougar, and the fucking boar area. So it's like a weird fucking nature preserve. There's trees and shit everywhere.
There's like a weird side quest here where you have to find all the seeds. For
this is the only side quest that I did
not do. I didn't finish it.
You get a nice weapon, right?
You get it. Yeah, you get his pruning. That thing that he's pruning the trees with. You get as a weapon.
God. Yeah, that doesn't say shit to you, right? He just like says beep or some shit at you.
Yeah, or angry beep. Yeah, but this is the only side quest that I did because I could actually do it while I was going along.
Of course, the one I don't fucking do, you do. That's
he gives you his weapon. I'm like, oh man, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like there's also an audio log nearby that's just him beeping a lot.
Yeah.
And then some guy yelling at him at the end.
So we got invisible enemies here, the hunters that can stealth.
Yep.
That Ryan said he didn't notice. Well, at least the first time.
I realized why. There's a implant you can slot that nullifies their invisibility, and I had put that on unknowingly.
Oh. Okay. I guess that makes more sense. There's also these weird, crazy fucking nanite bugs that look like they're from Starship Troopers that dart around and can kill you in like a hit. Well, some of them. The big one can. Or it killed me in flight. All my life. Gone. So, those things were weird, but the baby ones were easy.
Yeah, the big ones were definitely... those were the first enemy I really enjoyed fighting, though, too. Cause, well, not that I didn't enjoy fighting the other enemies, but I was starting to get tired of just humanoid enemies with slightly different weapons. So I'm glad they're mixing it up a little
Then why didn't you fight the robot?
Because the robots are mean!
I like that because you can cut off their arm and then they'll still come at you, so you can get multiple pieces off of them.
Yeah.
So I always cut off the lance arm first, and then the shield. I would break the shield and then just smash their face in. Yeah, I didn't have problems with the mobile ones. It was the immobile one where I'd get hung up on something trying to dodge with my giant dump truck fucking ass and get lasered.
Dump truck ass, Tom.
Yep.
That's what they call you. When I got into this area, you know, there's like a little cave you can go into, and you can see an area that you can get to later. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I run and jump.
Yeah, I ran and jumped over there, and obviously you can't get back from there, and I felt fucking completely lost for that entire area until I found the 3 guys hanging out, and I was like, okay, this is like the center of this area, and there's these 3 towers, but I had no fucking idea what was going on there for like 15, 20 minutes, and I was just like, there's invisible fucking assholes everywhere. There's these weird bug things. I have like 6,000 scrap right now, which isn't a ton, but it's enough for me to be worried about losing it. Yeah, that area was the first area. Was like, you know what? I don't care about exploring every nook and cranny because I'm in fucking danger right now.
Instead of going up to the overlook and just talking to Hawk right away.
Yeah.
And then there's the med bay.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize how close the overlook was to the entrance until I accidentally like went back to the entrance at some point. I was like, oh, I'm like really deep into this area now. No, that was like 3 seconds away. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh well, but I do like how everything loops back around. Like all of the, like the Mustang, the Cougar, all of the areas, like literally has a shortcut that goes right to that med bay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or fairly close.
Lots of good shortcuts throughout the entire game, but especially in this area with how complicated it is. They loop
And there's
back
a
around.
lot of weird places you can go in this to find those seeds and just audio logs, just like out on little ledges that wrap around, like really small ones.
Yep.
I think I went Cougar, Mustang, and then Boar was the last one I did, which is why Cervantes was like the last thing I did right before the boss.
Yep. Same.
Delver.
Boar, Cougar, Mustang.
I don't remember what.
I did.
Yeah, because Cougar's super
Order.
easy.
I just
Literally,
went
Cougar was
left,
literally
up,
just the people.
Right.
Yeah, so Cougar is left, Mustang is in the middle, Boar is like to the right as you exit the overlook.
Okay. Well, that's the way I did it.
I don't remember the second two's names, what order I did them in, but I did Mustang, and then I did the one where you fight Cervantes. Which one was that?
That's Boar.
Boar,
Yeah,
and then I
Boar.
did Panther last.
Cougar.
Cougar. Panther.
There's a bunch of old, like 50-year-old ladies there that are drinking.
Puma?
Get on you. Puma?
Okay.
The shoes?
Jaguar?
A shitty
leopard?
NFL team?
I was thinking the car.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
what
Jaguar. That's how do they say
Oh,
it?
I thought we were
They
just
don't- they don't
naming
say it.
big cats. My bad.
No.
Um,
But yeah, Cougar is super easy because it's just the fleshy guys. You can't get their guns, right? Like, because they have the knife gun. I was like, that'd be cool if you could get that as the dual, like one of the switch weapons. Get that little pistol, and then it lets you down. But you can get the Gaia laser from ripping their heads off or their chests or whatever. That you can put on your drone and just blast them, which is super effective against those little nanite bug things that are running around.
Mhm.
Also, this is where you get the nanite hammer. It's a one-handed hammer, so it's just like Eli's. So I didn't like it. I think she's just getting chased again.
yeah, all these
I don't
scenes
know
are
if I wrote it
just
down.
she's getting chased. People
Yeah.
are yelling at her.
Yep.
Except for the end one that gives us a revelation. After you kill
Relevation.
Delver. But yeah, Cervantes, I don't remember being. I think it's like second, third try. I think I killed him.
Yeah,
One shot, baby.
nice. He kept wrecking me. I don't know. Like I needed to just be more aggressive against him, honestly, because I kept letting him turn invisible, and if you just stab him while he's trying, he doesn't get to, and you can keep track of him. Well, like my deaths would almost always come from losing him, and then like I'm just spinning the camera around looking for him, and it'll come from the one fucking angle I happen to not be covering at the time while the camera's still spinning. Fuck that guy. Yeah, in my notes I just have invisible enemies suck, and then 10 minutes later, Cervantes fucking sucks.
So since
Should have had on.
we are already talking about Soul Calibur, Cervantes is a super fun character in Soul Calibur as well. He's a pirate.
Yeah, he's a pirate.
He's baller.
Never played Soul Calibur.
Oh my god.
'Cause you don't play fighting games though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you find out Cervantes is the one who like turned all the hunters against each other, made them think they were plotting against each other.
Yep.
So that he could get the full reward. Was that the thing? Like he wanted them all to die.
Yeah, I think it's what it was. He wanted the reward for taking out the Delver.
Yeah, also helping Hawk seemed pointless. Like, why you gotta split the road with this moron when you're doing all the work?
Yeah, I agree. That was stupid.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened at the end because like after I killed the Delver, they were just gone. Two of the guys were gone. Was that what happened for you guys? Or?
Yep. I didn't see them again.
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna come back later. I don't know.
But yeah, basically you're just trying to start these repelling towers to bounce the monster around, which you now know is the Delver. So after you get all of these active and are running around in this fun area, and you get your super awesome weapon for handing the seeds over to the robot, you get to fight Delver, which is basically just jumping down a hole.
Yeah, I appreciate how
fighting.
short the run to this boss is. It's incredibly
Yeah,
short.
it's literally just out and down, and then 3 phases. So, what was the worst phase for you? I know, Tyler, I think you said second, right?
Yep, second phase was the hardest for me.
Yeah, third was the hardest for me.
I'm with Tyler. It's the second phase.
It's probably the second, but the first was the one that I probably died against the most because I was not blocking at first. I was trying to dodge, and I could not get dodge timing down against this guy. But once I started blocking, the first phase and the third phase were pretty easy. The second phase was probably the one I had the most trouble with.
The second one wasn't bad. The third one's the one I kept wrecking. Because
Yeah.
the second one's the one where he like shoots out the 2 little things and then shoots at you, and then you just wait till he runs and falls over, and you just beat the living piss out of him.
Yeah.
But I think when he's on his feet, he's more agile, and he can swipe at you faster. I think that's what was fucking me up.
That's why you block.
I don't fucking block, Tom. I'm gonna play the way I want to play.
Dude, the blocking that they do in this game would be perfect for a Star Wars game if you're a Jedi. Like
The directional thing.
the directional blocking, the way it is, if that was in Fallen Order, that would have been super cool.
How many tries do you think it took you to beat Delver?
I don't know, probably like 10.
Yeah, probably around 10.
But it didn't feel like he was as bad as I felt like I struggled more on Little Johnny than I did on Delver.
Yeah, 100%.
Delver was definitely tougher for me.
Yeah, Delver was tougher than Johnny for me, but Cervantes was probably the hardest fucking boss for me, which is stupid.
You'll be banging your head
Damn it,
against the wall
Cervantes.
at the end of this one.
Oh my god. So yeah, after you get Delver, you get the nice little echo that basically is Athena brought Delver about to free you from prison. And she's like, I don't know how long I can control you. And obviously at this point she lost control of him because she was probably kidnapped. But I think it's a super cool little twist that Delver was actually breaking you out. You thought he was just like eating people to kill you.
Yeah, is this where you find out that you were her guardian? Right?
Yeah, she says, break out my warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wording is a little.
I thought
Strange.
that was really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, you kind of get like that you have a connection to the girl,
Yes.
obviously, but
Well, especially after this, when you go and talk to, is it Jonah Gutenberg? Is that the
Gutenberg.
grandfather's name?
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh man, we're family," and I don't have that connection.
You think that's really her grandfather, though? I have a
No.
feeling it's not.
What do you think?
Not
He's
like
just
blood.
well, it
Yeah.
could be her grandfather, but he wants her for a not very nice thing.
That's what I was getting that kind of vibe from.
But
I
I
don't-
did. He very well could be the grandfather.
I don't know.
He
I
doesn't
didn't
look
get that
old. Like,
vibe.
at first, I thought maybe dad because he didn't look like he was super old.
I trust all
No.
the people in this world. They're all nice and kind and good. So,
Yeah, no one's been a dick for any reason.
ever. Period.
Brother
No,
Eli,
nice.
he was so good. He was my best friend.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him.
And he was
I
great.
don't remember.
But you do get that really sweet scythe here, the nanite scythe for doing this little the little ghost. So if you don't have it or have put it on, it's like literally the size of the codename Moonlight. But when you use it, the blade for the scythe flips out of the top.
That's
This
cool.
big purple
Pretty cool.
killer machine.
Yeah, I feel like I swapped weapons a lot early on to get a feel for like all the different types, but I haven't swapped
Same.
much since I decided, oh, spear's what I like.
Yeah, I tried out a good amount. Like I think as I was exiting, I wanted that flame weapon, and then I was very disappointed with the flame weapon.
Mm.
So I was like, eh. And then I tried out a couple as I got them, but I gravitated to the giant things that crush people.
Yeah, do you have that? There's an implant that makes it where when you hit the floor, which I think yours hits the floor, right? You
Yes,
create like a shockwave.
yes, I do have that one.
Yeah,
Yep,
that seems
I do
really
have
good.
that on that implant. Yeah, it's super cool because I think I can actually stand back and I do a ground attack and it shoots out straight in front of me in a line.
Yeah, that seems super cool. We
pretty
haven't really
cool.
talked about implants. Anybody using any like cool or interesting ones? I have one that costs like 18, but it makes my energy just stack up faster, I think is what it is. I don't remember. I remember I have an 18 one on that I refuse to take off because it's really good, but
You know, off the top of my head, I can't remember. I'd have to look at my implants again to.
I have one that like beeps whenever my thing is going to expire to make sure that I use it. the batteries or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like faster battery buildup. I have one that gives me an extra health slot for stacking health.
Do you guys have any other injectables in? I have like the slow healing one, but I
I
don't
have a
use
slow
it.
healing and the regular health.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think
Armor
that everything I have is what I had on in the beginning, except for that one that you just talked about. Because I have not. I don't even go into them when I get them. I'm just like, there's fucking shit in my bag.
And then you can upgrade them too, make them better.
Yeah, the injectable
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, I've been using that armor boost injectable. So it like doubles your armor basically. It's like plus 100 defense.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I
it's
like things to be hard, so I don't use anything. except
Oh,
this.
okay.
well, it's literally called like nanite hardener, so it like it uses nanite.
It is
Oh,
hardener.
it's the blue pill. I see.
Yeah. Does your armor last for longer than 4 hours?
Is it painful?
Call your med bay.
Call it.
Call your med bay.
Oh, what if you just call your Ben Bay and it's just little Johnny there?
No, just blue crystal the whole time.
Yeah, take the blue sparkle. It'll help out.
So one more thing. Do you guys know if there's any kind of fast travel in the game, or is it just like once you get the hooks is what they're going for, and you can move kind of fast
think
to the
it's the hook
environments?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have no idea.
yeah.
I'm
Because
wondering if that subway system comes into play too at some point.
Yeah,
maybe
but
yeah,
I
because
wandered
there are
into them, did nothing.
there's at least 3 entrances to the underground, so maybe that's just the fast way of getting around. Because there have been a few instances where it's like I'd like to go do that side quest, but I don't want to run all the way back through downtown and city center to get to where I'm supposed to be, to get to Port Nixon, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing, have we gotten anybody? Has anybody gotten a 4th or 5th battery slot yet? Because they're clearly there, but I don't know how you
Yeah, I
get
have
those.
4.
Oh, how?
Oh.
Is it battery
Oh.
efficiency once it hits a certain amount? Maybe.
Could be. I'm not 100% sure yet. Yeah, I got 4.
I'm still at 3.
I don't know.
It
I
might
don't
be
know my
in play.
level. I don't even know what my stuff.
I'll double check. I'll get back with you in the next episode. I'll make notes when I'll look at my implants. It might be an implant.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I have like 6 or 7 implants, I think.
Yeah, I think I have
So
5 in right now, or 6.
yeah, I'll double check. 'Cause it might be an implant.
I'm trying to find if I have. Oh, trying to find myself going into a mid base so I know what level I am. But yeah, so you talk to Jonah, and he's like, "Oh, basically, you get the brain in the jar behind him, which is kind of neat looking. But basically,
Yep.
you're just going to find Athena. He gives you his card to shut down the lockdown or whatever, and you're off to find Athena to
Wait, trying
save
to
her.
stop the nanites, right?
Well, he's like, you got a weird level of nanites in your body. He's like, but you seem fine. So he's like, if you bring Athena back, then I'll look more into your nanite problem. Otherwise, it didn't seem that he really didn't care about you at all. So
Yeah, which the weirdo doctor guy, the murderer doctor, said that earlier as well when he did your checkup. If you let him do a checkup on you, that you
Yeah.
have a lot of a high nanite level, but it shouldn't be a problem. Whatever.
yeah, I don't know that I let him do that.
So do you think it's going to be like Athena was controlling you the whole time?
I think this is Resident Evil 7 all over again.
Are you
There we go.
scared?
No, not in that sense, but in like
Right.
Athena is a little bit
Compromised?
yeah. What I was trying to think of the character's name. Starts with
She's
E.
a weapon?
Evia?
Evie. Thank you.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, a little bit of an Evie situation, right? Like she kind of controls these nanites in some sense.
Well, I definitely think she controls the nanites.
Yeah, she definitely has some of that.
Just whether she is villainous or not, I don't know. I think all the people that want her are quite villainous, but I guess it doesn't mean that she's not villainous.
Are there any good people in this world?
No, as we've already found out, they're all dicks.
No.
So,
Yeah. So
I mean, that's just what it is. But what are you gonna do except kill them, rip
cut their arms off.
Yeah. Rub your crotch into their face or whatever Tyler was talking about, jumping with his legs first.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a weird Peter Pan jump, stab attack. It's cool.
Another one.
Wendy, I can fly. So that brings us to the end of our first half. 3/7, right? Because we shortened this one. Because if we would have went the full halfway, we would have done the first.
No, I actually think we went a little bit over half.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I know we are either going to go heavy first or go heavy last, but
Yeah, I think we went a little bit over. It was weird the way it was cut up, but
yeah.
I think we're about half, maybe a little over.
So enjoyment on the game so far. I mean, I don't care about the dialogue, but the combat and everything else is super fun. I enjoy it.
Yep.
This isn't like a super heavy. We've done a lot of super heavy story ones, I think, minus Infamous. But yeah, it's like the story. It has cool elements, but it's not like super engaging.
I mean, still, we managed to crank out almost a 2-hour podcast just.
Oh, it's a fun
about-
game. It is definitely a fun game.
It's like Bug Snacks, we got what, an hour and some
Yeah.
change.
But I mean, that's pretty linear for the most part, ish.
Yeah, I'm having more fun with it in the second half. Like, I put off playing it for a long time because the first hour didn't exactly grab me. Even though the intro is better than the Surge 1, it didn't, like, grab me really hard. But after, like, somewhere around the 8-hour mark, which I think I'm at 15 now, I started having a really good time with the combat specifically. It's probably, like, when I got the Dragoon Spear, because I was using that intro spear, and I like the spear, but that intro spear is weak and crappy.
Yeah, not great. I'm enjoying my time. I liked it more at the beginning. As much as I like combat, the constant grind for new parts and the way that's presented within combat is a little. It's begun to dull for me, but I'm still enjoying my time. Looking forward to the next half.
I had a great time. Can't wait to finish it.
I got to go back and get that weapon. Get some seeds.
Yeah,
Yep.
get some seed if you can even get back in there.
New save file.
Probably
no
not, 'cause
break.
I've already started this next part, and I'm not going to go back.
What if we have to go back?
I'm already in the next. Well, if I have to, but I'm already in the next area, and I don't want to go back.
I'm just gonna run around with the weapon and make videos and put them on Twitter and tag you in it and be like, haha, look at this thing.
That's okay.
Woo-hoo!
I'm satisfied with my weird, dumpy Gaia armor. I mean, I am working on a new armor set right now, though, so it'll be different by the end of this session for sure.
Well, I'm sure there's who knows how many more armor sets we're gonna come into. So
Yeah, I'm working on a new one right now. I got most of it, but I want to upgrade it before I put it on.
So what is the next chapter we start? Is it the Lost Child? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, yep.
So Lost Child to the end of the game. I am probably going to pick up the DLC.
I already did, and that is actually in the next section as well. It's not like a post game or anything. It's like you will run into it naturally in the next part.
What's it called? The Kraken or something like
Yeah,
that?
Kraken or Kraken Guard or something like that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get that because
How
I
long
just
is
gave up. The DLC
Yeah.
I don't
literally beat the first half of the game in 2 days. Why are you worried about? You mean content wise? Like how?
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's like
money.
one area
Didn't
with
pay
one
for the
main
game,
mission.
so
I pay for Game Pass, Tom. I pay for the game.
okay.
It's $10.
But anyway, if you are playing along with us, you can pick up the DLC too.
Yeah,
I don't
because we will spoil
the
it.
deal.
We'll touch on it because for sure, at least Chris and I
Yeah.
will play it.
I mean, unless you're like looking at a walkthrough, it'll probably just feel like part of the game. You probably won't even like realize that it's necessarily
Never
DLC.
said- Yeah.
Sure. And I'm not using a walkthrough.
How much was it?
Running?
$10.
Yeah, sure. $10. I don't know.
All right.
I didn't buy it yet. I'm just planning on buying it because it pops up every time I go in. I'm like, get it. God damn it.
Oh, they got you that way, huh?
Well, no, it's a fun game. Like, I'm okay paying that. I mean, it's probably cheaper than a Fortnite skin, right?
I gotta bring that up.
Yeah, this guy spends $20 on
Hey,
Fortnite skins. Doesn't want to buy a $10
next
DLC.
episode.
Damn.
We'll see you next episode.
So
Oh, God, Tyler just left a call.
disappeared, fell off his chair again and disappeared. So we will be recording on the 28th of January. And yeah, anything you got, send it to us. Discord, email, whatever else you can. Twitter,
Yeah.
you can ask
Sure.
on Twitter too. Why not?
Whether
Put a letter in the mail.
Yeah, snail mail it to Ryan. We'll give you his address.
even if it's from like the first half of the game still, like if you're just now starting it up and you don't get all the way to the
Yeah.
second half, like whatever you got, send it to us. Also, send us game suggestions. We might not play them, but we want to know everything you guys want to see as well. We're always talking about what our next
We
game's
are
going to be.
struggling to pick the next one.
We're not struggling. We have games.
We have
We
strong
have
options.
too many options.
We didn't narrow it down.
Yeah, we need to narrow it down. We have a lot of options. We're having a hard time.
Otherwise, let's see. We got our Wasted and Wasteland Saturday nights now.
Woo!
So good.
And
Yeah, what time
Sunday,
is that? Do you guys have that at a set
I don't
time?
know.
Okay.
6 or 7 o'clock. It really just depends. It's kind of
Eastern, yeah, 6 or 7 Eastern. It depends. I think last week's was a little early because somebody was drinking early.
Yeah, my Colts lost me in this.
But we do have the VOD out on. You can watch it on Twitch and on YouTube. We have our Sunday streams, which is typically Deep Rock. What was it last week? What did we play last week?
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter.
Maybe
I'm
Monster
going
Hunter?
to try to join this week. Last
Sometimes
week,
Tyler isn't there.
last week
That's
was
okay.
not happening.
But random streams maybe throughout the week. Sometimes those are kind of just pop-ups. You gotta stay tuned to Twitter and Discord. We do have Twitter linked to our Twitch now, so we'll make announcements, as we did not have it up before. But thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everyone for listening. And get your suggestions and everything in so we can discuss this with the community. Thanks everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.